Autism from a sibling's perspective. For the autistic community of today, there is plenty of cause for celebration. While scientific research continues to make major advances in the understanding and treatment of autism, global initiatives are working to promote increased awareness and acceptance of the condition. In a small contribution to such exciting progress, I'd like to shine a light on one of the lesser discussed aspects of autism by sharing my own experience as a sibling of an autistic individual. As the saying goes, if you've met one person with autism, then you've met one person with autism. The same is certainly true of siblings of autistic children and adults. Just as each individual with autism faces unique challenges as they go through childhood, siblings of autistic children all have different experiences. This is partly down to the very nature of autism as a spectrum disorder. Individuals differ enormously in their level of functioning, communication, being verbal or non-verbal, aggression, and the nature of sensory challenges and triggers. However, there are plenty of other factors that shape each family situation, such as the relative age of siblings, parental attitudes, and expectations placed on the sibling. As a twin, I've had the slightly unusual experience of developing alongside my autistic sister. Whilst this may have allowed us to form a closer relationship, it also presented my parents with the unique challenge of raising two children identical in age, but vastly different in developmental needs and functioning. The rules and parental treatment suitable for me as I aged were by no means appropriate for my sister, affected not only by autism but also profound deafness, so as non-verbal, and severe learning difficulties. I am fortunate that my parents rose to this challenge, providing me with an incredibly stable upbringing despite the difficulties and chaos often presented by my sister's needs. Inevitably, every family dynamic brings its own challenges. However, having an autistic child adds a whole set of unique challenges for siblings and parents which, to be tackled successfully, should definitely be highlighted. As a sibling, what you might feel. With scientific research revealing typical siblings of autistic children tending to struggle with anxiety, depression, and social difficulties, it is clearly important to encourage an open conversation about some common challenges siblings are likely to encounter. Embarrassment. Although an uncomfortable emotion, this is an entirely understandable reaction to the staring, judgment, and unwanted attention that comes with family outings and introducing peers to an autistic sibling. The need to compromise. Going out to a restaurant or an event as a family, throwing a house party, or even having friends over. In many cases, these normal activities are simply not possible with an autistic sibling, and this can be difficult to accept or explain to others. Increased expectations or pressure. For many children and teenagers, there is a very real need to take on more household tasks and caring responsibilities for their autistic sibling. From my experience, there is also the imagined pressure of increased expectation to achieve or to make up for the deficits of a sibling. Anger, resentment, and sadness. Although these are certainly emotions experienced in any sibling relationship, the challenges of having an autistic sibling give them unique meaning. Why does my sibling get away with aggressive behaviour and not sticking to the rules that I have to? Why do my parents seem to spend more time with my sibling than with me? Why does my sibling not want to play with me like I see other siblings do? These questions stir up difficult but unavoidable feelings, which may not disappear with age, as the future role of caring for an autistic sibling is brought into consideration. Anxiety. This may stem from concern for the well-being of an autistic sibling, the strain placed on the parental relationship, or even for physical safety if aggressive behaviour is often presented. Such worries are entirely valid and should be openly discussed with family, or, if this feels too difficult, with friends or well-being professionals. As a parent, what you can do. How is a parent meant to help their child through such complex emotions? For my parents, I know that the challenge of meeting my needs alongside my sisters wasn't easy to tackle. However, from my experience, there are several ways that parents can help to manage the complications growing up with an autistic sibling brings. Educate, explain, and talk. It is all too easy for autism to become an avoided topic of conversation, which not only fosters bottled up emotions, but also dangerous misconceptions about the condition. Explaining autism to siblings at a young age and encouraging open conversation as they age is vital. Acknowledge negative feelings. I have certainly struggled with guilt over feeling emotions like anger, alongside which comes fear of judgment. It is important that parents acknowledge these feelings as a valid response to unusual challenges and perhaps share some emotions of their own. Put aside just us time. From regular daily time to special activities, my parents always ensured we had some quality time together. Although this may feel impossible with the time-consuming demands of an autistic child, it should be prioritised, even if it requires trading off with a partner. Establish rules and responsibilities. These won't and shouldn't be identical for autistic and typically developing children, but setting family roles that are appropriate for each child's age and abilities prevents siblings having to take on extra responsibilities. It also helps to create a consistent, reliable home environment as opposed to the chaos and emotional turmoil that could all too easily ensue. Finally, encourage external support networks. There are plenty of support groups, respites, and programs aimed at siblings of autistic individuals, and counselling and talking therapy can also provide valuable emotional outlets. Like any family situation, having an autistic sibling can be both difficult and rewarding. Whilst there are several family outings cut short by my sister's meltdowns, and we couldn't watch films and share late-night conversations like other sisters, the experience has been enriching in so many other ways. Not only have I been able to develop greater maturity and an appreciation of everyone's quirks and differences, but I have a unique bond with my twin, built through watching her progress with new skills, enjoy her favourite TV shows, and support her through each of her different phases and challenges. With the stable, loving childhood provided by my parents, having an autistic sibling has given me great personal strengths that others may not develop, and I am nothing but thankful for the experience.